Hello and welcome to SigmaXL video tutorials. This is part 2 of the Design of Experiments tutorial video series. In this video, I demonstrate the two-level Factorial Design of Experiments tool found in SigmaXL. To introduce this topic, we'll look at catapult data. Catapults are frequently used in Six Sigma or Design of Experiments training. For this example, we'll be using a sample dataset with pre-recorded catapult results. The response variable y is distance, with the goal being to consistently hit a target of 100 inches. Click SigmaXL, Design of Experiments, Two-Level Factorial Screening, Two-Level Factorial Screening Designs. The number of X factors can be 2 to 19. Using process knowledge, we'll limit ourselves to 3 factors: pullback angle, stop pin, and pin height. The available designs are given as 4-run half fraction resolution 3 and 8-run full factorial. If we had more than 5 factors, a resolution 3 or Plackett-Berman screening design would typically be used. Here I'll choose the 8-run full factorial design. The power information is presented to assist with the selection of number of runs and replicates for the design, so that one can see the trade-off between experimental cost and sensitivity to detect effects of interest. We would like to have a medium power to detect an effect equal to 2 standard deviations. This design currently shows a very low power to detect. Change the number of replicates to 2. Note the power information has changed, and it now displays a medium power to detect effect equal to 2 standard deviations. We'll therefore choose 2 replicates. The number of replicates will always be a trade-off between the desired power and the cost of the experimental runs. Specify 2 or more blocks if there are constraints such as the number of runs per day or some other known external nuisance variable, like 2 different catapults or 2 operators. Here we will keep blocks equals 1, that is, no blocking. Center points are useful to provide an estimate of experimental error with unreplicated designs and allow detection of curvature. Typically, 3 to 5 center points are used. Here, we'll not use center points because we have replicated the design twice and do not expect significant curvature in the distance response. Furthermore, center points could not be set for pin height and stop pin without drilling additional holes in the catapult. Randomize runs should be checked in order to randomize the experimental runs. While blocking guards against known nuisance factors, randomization guards against bias due to unknown nuisance factors. Now I'll input the factor names, level settings, and response name. Pullback will be varied from 160 to 180 degrees. Stop pin will be positions 2 and 3, count from the back, and pin height will be positions 2 and 3, count from the bottom. The response name is distance. Clicking OK will generate the design worksheet. You can enter information about the experiment in the fields provided at the top. If you had access to a catapult, you could perform the experimental runs in the given randomized order and enter your distance values in the distance column. For this video, we'll use the completed worksheet in the file catapult.doev6.xlsx. Before we begin the regression analysis, we'll have a quick look at the main effects and interaction plots. Click SigmaXL, Design of Experiments, Two-Level Factorial Screening, Main Effects and Interaction Plots. Pullback angle is the dominant factor having the steepest slope. We can also see that the interaction terms are weak with the almost parallel lines. Click the 3-factor DOE tab. Click SigmaXL, Design of Experiments, Two-Level Factorial Screening, Analyze Two-Level Factorial Screening Design. We'll use the default Analyze settings, which is all terms in the model, to start. Click OK. The analysis report is generated. This model looks very good with an R-square value of 99.9%. The standard deviation, experimental error, is only 1.03 inches. Clearly, pullback angle is the most important predictor, X factor, and all the main effects and two-way interactions are significant. However, the three-way interaction is not significant, so it should be removed from the model. Click Recall Last Dialog or press F3. Remove the ABC interaction term by highlighting it and selecting Remove. You can also double-click to remove. Click OK. The revised report is generated. All the terms in the model are now significant, and there is no evidence of lack of fit. The residual plots also look very good, with an approximate normal distribution and no obvious extreme outliers. Scroll up to the predicted response calculator. These initial settings were determined by trial and error. 179.5 for predictor A, the pullback angle, 2 for predictor B, the stop pin, and 2 for predictor C, the pin height. The predicted response is 99.95 inches. Note, CI is the 95% confidence interval for the long-term mean, and PI is the 95% prediction interval for individual values. Excel Solver may also be used to get a more exact solution. Click Data, Solver. You may want to turn on column and row headings for cell references. Our target cell is the predicted response at M26. Set the target to a value of 100. By changing cells K26 through K28. Add the constraints for the coded settings so that they are between -1 and +1 as shown. An additional constraint can also be added to stop pin and pin height to require integer values, but we will not do that here. The completed solver parameters are displayed. Click Solve. Note the solve predicted response of 100 inches. Click OK. The model prediction must then be confirmed with actual experimental runs at the given settings of pullback angle equals 179.5, stop pin equals 2, and pin height equals 2. Alternative settings to achieve the target distance may be obtained with contour surface plots. Click SigmaXL, Design of Experiments, 2-level factorial screening, contour surface plots. Set the extra factor settings for pin height to 2. Click OK. The contour and surface plots are generated with a pin height equal to 2. Note the contour line with catapult target distance equals 100 inches. Although stop pin settings are discrete, they appear as continuous, so this will be a constraint in our selection of alternative settings. In addition to the results given in the predicted response calculator using Solver, we see that pullback angle equals 171.4, stop pin equals 3 is also a valid setting. Alternative setting options are valuable in a designed experiment because they allow you to select lowest cost optimum settings or settings that are easier to control. Use the contour surface plots in conjunction with the predicted response calculator to determine optimal settings. This concludes the 2-level factorial design of experiments tutorial video. For more videos, visit www.sigmaxl.com or join us on YouTube. Thank you for watching.